Hi everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be previewing Stargazers. Stargazers is designed by Don Riddle and J.B. Howell, but it has artwork by Vincent Dutray and is published by 25th Century Games.
I just want to keep in mind that everything we show you is a pre-production copy, so the art is not final, it is subject to change. But what we're looking at is Stargazers. This is a game where you are basically painting a mural on your wall, a painting of all the things that you love in the sky. You love stargazing, you love seeing all the different constellations and seeing stars and moons and asteroids and all these different phenomena in the sky, and you are basically creating that on your own wall, so that way even when it's daytime, you can just look at your wall and just know that all the things that you love about space are right there at your own eye level. So this is basically, you're building this board. It's kind of a 4x4 grid. What you do is you draft these tiles. And these tiles kind of are these shapes, but also with them they come with a circle in the middle, a circle tile. So they're tiles within tiles. What you're going to do is you're going to draft this combination, and then you're going to put it on your board. But the two halves, the tile as well as the circle tile, the circle component, they do not have to be together when they're actually on your own board. You can kind of rearrange them. So the little token might go in one place, the tile itself, the square tile, might go somewhere else. What you're trying to do is you're trying to arrange it in such a way that you are making certain constellations. You are kind of filling in these journal cards. These journal cards give you these kind of an order fulfillment style thing, right? Where you're trying to make certain things happen. There's all different points you can get from being able to best create your own wall based off the parameters that you've given yourself with your journal, as well as the constellations that you are looking for.
All right, so this game is basically a love letter to space. Or love picture to space. And I really like that theme. It's so interesting. It's so unique. It's not space travel. It's not like you're trying to do all these things in space. You're literally just appreciating the world outside of you. And I just think that's such an interesting and unique theme, which is why I'm calling it a love letter to space.
Very much so. This has a very strong puzzle kind of a nature to it. The drafting is kind of a puzzle, as you're trying to get the right things at the right times, but then also when you're putting them on your own board, every location matters. You're trying to create certain setups. The constellations are usually combinations of stars that are, two halves that connect together in the middle on these other tiles. Or maybe you need certain features, these certain, black holes or supernovas or whatever the case is going on. You need them all in very specific places, but you don't know when you're going to get them and how you're going to get them, so you have to kind of make it happen. Some of the tiles you're going to get as bonuses are going to go right on top of other tiles to fulfill those puzzles, but everything you do is kind of all thinking forward to completing that puzzle to get the most amount of points at the end of the game. And sometimes not all the constellations are going to hit, but as long as you get, the more you make the constellations happen, the more points you're going to get. So there is kind of like a little bit of a wiggle room. You don't have to make it perfect.
Yeah. There are these hex tiles as well, so they're not part of the things that you can draft, but you can potentially get access to them in a different way in the game, and they kind of help you, they actually help you complete some of the goals that you have, whether it's the cards that you drafted or the constellations. So I really like that there's this avenue to get the things even if they're not coming out for drafting.
All right, this game plays between 2 and 4 players, and there is a different setup based off the number of players. Different tiles are in play, different quantities of all these different things. They're all very clearly labeled as far as what you need for what player count. So that way, when you're setting up and tearing down, you can kind of all bag it up separately, so that way you know what you're going to need for when you play. It makes it very easy to set up, very easy to tear down, so you're using the right stuff every time.
Once again, I just thought this had a really interesting and clever theme. We've seen a lot of space games. There are a lot of space games out there, but I did think that the theme based on this one was unique and it was clever. It just had this really romantic feel about you're looking outside and you're saying, this is so beautiful. I want to make sure it's with me even in the daylight. And I just thought that was a really unique and clever theme.
I think if you are a fan of puzzle games, you're definitely going to take an interest in Stargazers. I like the order fulfillment style part of this game, but usually order fulfillment is just like, did you collect enough cards, or did you have the right resources? This takes it into another dimension and makes it so that you have to have the right stuff, and you have to have it laid out on the board in the right way. So it is order fulfillment ramped up a notch. The space aesthetic is so cool, and like Bethany said, I just love that theme. I am a big fan of stargazing, and this just kind of speaks to my heart. I like that theme a lot, and it really plays out nicely.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching it. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Until then, you can find us in all of these places.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
You guys, thanks so much for watching. This game was provided to us by a publisher in exchange for a fair and honest review.
And if you want to see more stuff, check out over here to see something we think you might like.
And over here, we think that YouTube has picked out a great video for you you're going to love. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.